Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Last Stand Ballistics, where we don't have the best of science, but hey, it's scientific, right? Today's question is, if I am driving down the road and I get 3 flat tires, can 3 tires stop a bullet and save your life? Can you strap those 3 tires onto your chest and wear it as body armor? That's what we're seeing today, and we've got a good old lineup of calibers. We'll show you them here in a little bit. We've got a lineup of calibers to shoot these tires with and see if they go through. And I apologize for the dog barking somewhere up there in the start of that video. I got taken care of, it's put up. So here we go. And since it's gonna be hard to see a bullet hole in here, we've got some teal spray paint and we will paint the tire here. There we go, tire is painted. All right, now we will get the guns ready and start our test. And first up, we have the 22 long rifle and this beautiful gun. All right, and here we go with the 22. I hit a little high. Now let's go check out the damage. So my entrance was right there. If you can't see it too well, I doubt, but it came through and hit the backside right here, and it did not come through this tire. There's a bulge right there. It is stuck right there in the front of the second tire. Perfect. So the 22 long rifle made it through 1 tire. Next up will be 9mm. Now firing is a Canex SFX Rival, and it's chambered in 9mm. Now let's look at the damage. The first one I hit low on. Entrance is right there on the first one. On the second one, my entrance hole is right there. It's about the same size as your 22. And it entered right there. And let's see, did it go into the back wall? Yes, it did. It went right there, right beside the 22 hole. It did not get stopped in the front of this tire. It came right through, went right through that. It came through low, right there. It looks like it stopped right here in the third tire. It's really hard to tell. Now on to the 357 Magnum. Let's hope it doesn't get Fred back behind it. All right, here we go. It looks like I hit pretty high. I did hit, actually, I hit right here. Almost perfect shot. It blew all these wires out right here. Did it go through this tire? I cannot tell if it did or not, but here's some hot jacket from the 357 mag. It may have stopped in the first tire. If not, it went off that way. But it came through right here, and I think it missed. I think it veered off. So we'll call that a half tire. Next up, we have 5.56. We will have a regular full metal jacket, and an armored piercing round. All right, 5.56 going. That was a full metal jacket, and this is the armored piercing round. I'm gonna scoot over to this side. Armored piercing round, here we go. I will have to find where that one went. All right, here we come up to the target. They both went right there, right next to each other. Fred is still alive, so that could be good. You can see the entrance holes right there, just little pinholes. And coming out the tire right there. And you can see right here, they went straight into that tire. They came in, they exited right there. You can see where that one is tumbling. Now, it's harder to see. They entered right there, and they're losing a lot of energy. And their one is coming through. However, we will roll this way. I do not see any exit holes on the backside of the tire. So I think we can say that it stopped the bullets in the third tire. I'm very shocked that I didn't find that the AP round or the regular full metal jacket, those didn't go all the way through. They stopped somewhere in the third tire. They didn't go through it though. There's no exit holes. We're gonna step it up to a 458 SOCOM. Here we go, firing. My entrance is right here, pretty low. There it's going through. There it is blowing through a big old hole right there. Coming through right there. Oh. There we have our hole somewhere. There on the bottom is where it missed. All right. So we're gonna roll this tire out of the way and see if it went through at all. All right, so some interesting stuff here. That 458 SOCOM, this is what it did. I can't tell if it went in or not, but we're gonna roll this tire around and see if we can't find anything. I should have shot a little higher on that one. Out of what I see, it hit the bottom of the tire way down here, and I can't find it in the tire. So I think it just skipped down into the dirt. But while I was looking for that one, this weird piece caught my eye. Here is our 9mm that we shot just moments earlier. All right, now let's shoot other calibers at this tire. So far, Fred back there, he survived. He's alive. He survived so far. So, time to step it up to a 50 Beowulf. Now this is a 50 Beowulf going at the target. All right, now 50 Beowulf firing. Now I think that was a good shot. Now let's walk up here and see if Fred got hit. Oh, Fred, he ain't looking too hot. Now let's look in these tires here. So obviously, came in right there, where you see that giant hole. Went through right there. Kept coming. blew through right there. Started going lower. And then finally went through. And you can see in here that there's a lot of pieces of jacket like that just tore off. It was just shredding off as it was coming through these tires, such as this. And it's still flying so fast that it's sticking in these tires perfectly fine. But it still had so much energy to punch right through and come somewhere into this dirt. And now up to bat. A PSA AR-10 chambered in 7.62 by 51 or 308. So here we go. I saw movement on the backside. I don't think Fred's doing too hot. I'm gonna shoot one more towards the top of the tire to make sure it goes through them all. And there we go, let's go check it out. Walking up to the tire. I have no idea where it went in or anything. It was so hard to tell. But let's see. It doesn't look like Fred has any marks in him. I couldn't find the hole, so I spray painted a new section of tire, and I'm gonna shoot through it again. 308, going again, and firing. All right, now I see right where it went. So it entered their tiny pinhole. Already started turning sideways, coming through the back there. Came through that tire right there, going sideways. Obviously came out the back of this tire right there. Then through there. And then it went through right there. And it got Fred. Fred ain't having it too hot of a video today. Now we have one more round, which no doubt will go through. So I put a soft point in it. We'll see if a soft point 7mm mag will go through 3 tires. 7 mag, going. Wow, it's very zoomed in. We might want to zoom it down a little bit. All right, here we go, 7 mag. All right, we entered right here. Again, there's our entrance right there. And I believe that is our exit. We'll get that tire out of there. And then I believe we entered right here. Right there is where we entered. That's coming through, and I see some jacket down there. But we blew another big hole in the back. Now, I'm not sure where it went through right here, but I believe that hole right there is where it went through. Came through right there. Went through right there, I believe. But you see all that jacket down there. That is from that 7 mag. And now, that's where the 7 mag went through, Fred. He got a little shrapnel wound. And I don't think he's gonna be too happy. Let's look at some of the shrapnel in here. Here's a piece of that jacket that was coming through. And I doubt we'll see any more in here. But you never know. So, The long-held question of can you strap tires to your body and use them as body armor? You know, I would say no. You know, Fred, he ain't doing too hot. He looks like that hurts. If that's in this area, you know, that might hurt a lot. So, personally, I would not recommend using tires for body armor. And there's more shrapnel that I just found inside this tire. We'll see if we can't find any more. Ladies and gentlemen, what long-held secrets hid in that tire. This is the 50 Beowulf that I just found in that tire. It was down in the bottom, and there were a few leaves and such in there. The answer to the question of will a bullet stop a 50 Beowulf? Yes, it will. Now, I wouldn't recommend trying that, or still, I wouldn't recommend using it as body armor. But it will stop a 50 Beowulf. So in conclusion, if you want to use 3 tires as body armor strapped to your chest, I wouldn't do it. In conclusion, the 22 went through a full tire. I will call it a tire and a quarter. It stopped in the front side of the second tire. The 9mm went through 1.5 tires. It stopped in the back wall of the second tire. 357 Magnum went through 2 tires. I think the 5.56 went through them all. I can't tell. If you want us to come back and test the 5.56 with the green tip, comment it, put it in the comments below, and we'll get on that. The 458 SOCOM, it will stop in the third tire. It will make it 2.5 tires. This bullet that we found, that is the 458 SOCOM. Just to clarify. The 50 Beowulf, it will go through them all. 308, it'll go through them all. A 7mm Magnum with a soft point, it will go through all the tires like butter. Ladies and gentlemen, what we can see here is tires. They were harmed. Science, it was done. And you got to tune back in to Last Stand Ballistics. Like, subscribe to see more necessary experiments just like this one. Because I like these experiments. You like these experiments, and ammo's, well, expensive. So help me out, like, subscribe, so we can do more experiments like this. And I'll see you in the next one.